a quick note I'd like to make about COVID precautions and the spread of the Omicron variant. Session met this week to discuss what steps we should take to keep our church family and our community safe. The South Heartland District Health Department recommends a layered approach, which includes staying home if you have symptoms, washing your hands frequently, wearing a mask, maintaining social distancing, having adequate ventilation, and of course getting your vaccines and boosters. Session met on Thursday, and we affirmed this layered approach that we are taking to reduce the spread of this disease. We do our best to observe social distancing. Face masks continue to be required. We've installed a UV light filtration system in the air handler here for our sanctuary, and of course we consistently encourage our congregation members to get their vaccinations and boosters. Because we are taking this layered approach, Session determined that we would continue to meet in person for worship, Sunday school, committee meetings, and Wednesday night activities while continuing to observe these practices of this layered approach. Now, one potential hole in that layered approach is when we have events with food and people need to remove their masks to eat. Session was concerned about people taking off their masks indoors, so they voted to suspend all activities with food in the church for the next month. That means we won't be able to have funeral luncheons, Presbyterian women luncheons, and we won't have our meals on Wednesday night. We will continue with our Wednesday night activities, so we'll just skip the meal. So if you have elementary-age children, bring them at the normal time, and then just plan to pick them up at 6 o'clock, and they might be a little hungry when you pick them up. If you have youth, then you can drop them off either at 6:20 for bell choir or 6:45 for youth choir, and make sure they're fed before they come. Session will revisit this decision at our next meeting on February 18th. Also, we have committed that if the cases continue to rise and conditions continue to deteriorate here locally, Session is prepared to call an emergency meeting and make adjustments to this policy as necessary. We certainly hope that won't become necessary and that we can continue to gather in person as long as we are taking this layered approach that is recommended by the South Heartland District Health Department. At this time, we will always continue to do our best to offer remote alternatives to activities, including our worship services, committee meetings, and our adult Sunday school classes. So if you have symptoms or you don't feel safe coming in, please reach out to the church office to see if there is a remote alternative for an activity that you would like to participate in. As always, you can reach out to me or any members of your session to discuss these decisions